Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of AndrewsFootball.com. Welcome to my Week 13 preview. I got a great show for you. Hey, if you haven't done it already and you're new to my channel, there's this button right down here. See it. Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. My channel is scientifically proven to make all your wildest dreams come true. So let's get to the preview here. First game I got is Washington at Carolina. But you know what? Let me back up here. Let's talk about the Thanksgiving games. Hopefully had a great Thanksgiving. I got 2 out of 3 right. I liked Chicago in 1, but I made the video too late, so I went ahead and took the under. Didn't happen. But the one thing I really noticed from Thanksgiving is I saw 3 coaches that look like they're going to be fired. The press conference after the game, Matt Patricia looked like a man who was dead man walking. I think his job is going to be over in Detroit, maybe as soon as Monday, but I think Detroit's going to move on. It's just a question of when. The loss at home to Dallas. Here's the deal. I still got Dallas winning the East, but when they get into the playoffs, if they win the East, they're going to play the loser of the NFC West division, whether it's Seattle or San Francisco. They're going to lose a playoff game at home. I think Garrett will be gone. And then, of course, Dan Quinn, I think is definitely going to be fired. So the one thing about Thanksgiving, I'm seeing 3 coaches are going to be fired. So let's get back to the review here. Washington at Carolina, a battle for 2 coaches that are trying to keep their jobs. Now, keep in mind, Carolina at 5-6 are still mathematically live for the playoffs, but I don't see it happening. Now, if they lose to Washington, making it 4 straight losses, Ron Rivera's job is definitely on the line. This is a must-win for Carolina for Rivera to keep his job. Now, when Bill Callahan took over as head coach of the Redskins, I said that if he gets the 4 wins, and he's got 2 already, if he gets the 4 wins, I think he's going to be a serious candidate to take over as head coach for 2020. If he doesn't get the 4 wins, then I think they're going to hire somebody else and he won't even get an interview. But if he wants to stay as head coach of the Washington Redskins, he needs 4 wins total, 2 more. So this is a big game for Carolina and Ron Rivera, because if he loses 4 straight and loses to the Redskins, I think he's 100% on the hot seat. Next game I got is Green Bay at the New York Giants. Green Bay's 6.5-point favorite. I think Green Bay could win big here. The only reason I'm not picking them to win big is they got blown out. I'm not really sure how they're going to respond. I kind of want to see how they play, but I would be shocked if they didn't cover this one. But here's the thing: Green Bay with a young coach, first-time head coach, they get blown out, kind of question themselves, go up to New York and lay an egg. I'm not 100% sure. I'm really interested about that. Next game, I like Tennessee at Indianapolis. I like Tennessee to win this game. They're a 2.5-point dog, but I've been burned on Tennessee multiple times this year, so I'm going to pass betting on this one, but I do think Tennessee will win this game. T.Y. Hilton is out. That's a big deal, and Tennessee plays not only well on the road, they play the recipe to win on the road. They have a good defense and a good running game. Derrick Henry has been hot, so I do like Tennessee, but they've burned me multiple times, so I'm staying away from this game. Next one, I got San Francisco at Baltimore. Now, I'm a little surprised about this because the line opened up at 6 and now it's 5.5. So people are putting action on San Francisco. The NFL schedule makers did not do them a favor because they're a West Coast team traveling to an East Coast city, playing in the early game. That's always difficult to do, especially against a great team like Baltimore. And the way they're playing right now, they are the hottest team in the NFL. I think it's going to be a close game. I would bet on San Francisco to cover 5.5, but I think Baltimore wins this one. I don't recommend betting on this one, but it is going to be a great game. It's the premier early game. Next one is Philly at Miami. I could see a blowout here, especially with the Thanksgiving Day loss, but the one thing is that Philly's been really wildly inconsistent. I think that they're a better team. They got a lot more to play for than Miami, but the line's 9.5. I do think they'll cover, but I would not recommend betting on this game at all. Next game, Tampa Bay at Jacksonville. This is a real interesting game. I like Tampa Bay here. I've been saying this for a while. I think Tampa Bay's going to stick with Winston. He needs to keep playing good. He needs to keep playing good. Jacksonville's been on a slide. I mentioned about coaches that could be fired. Doug Marone's definitely on hot seat after losing 3 straight. Plus, since Fultz come back, they've looked bad. So I think Tampa Bay's in a much better situation. I think they're a better team right now. The Jets at Cincinnati. Okay, I know Jets won 3 straight. They were looking really good. I think Cincinnati wins this one. I really do. Forget betting. I wouldn't bet on it, but I'm gonna say it now. Cincinnati gets the win. Cleveland at Pittsburgh. This is my first game that I would put action down on. Pittsburgh's a 2-point dog at home. They're going with Hodges, and if you take Pittsburgh straight up to win, it's plus 115. That's what I would put my bet on. That's the first game that I like here. Pittsburgh's going to win this game. You get 2 points, so enjoy the 115, which means a $100 wager will win you 115. I think the Steelers are going to have a revenge factor. They're tough at home. Cleveland's too inconsistent, but it's going to be a great game. I like Pittsburgh to win. I like the money line. This is the first game I would put action down on. Late games, Oakland at Kansas City. I'm going to be at this game, and this is very, very hard for me to say, but 10 points too big. Andy Reid after a bye is gold, but division rivals, late November, 10 points is way too big of a number. I hate to say this, is really hard for me because, I'm wearing my Red Friday gear. I would actually bet on the Raiders to cover 10. Saying Chiefs win by a touchdown isn't the end of the world. There's going to be over 20-mile-an-hour winds, so the over-under is 51.5. The best play on this game would be the under due to the high winds. It's going to be chilly, but not that bad. 40 degrees in late November in Kansas City is not bad, but being a windy game, I think it will affect over-under. It will make kicking a struggle. I don't recommend betting on this one. I think the best play, though, would be under, and then second best would be Oakland covering 10. Chargers at Denver. Denver's a 3-point dog at home. They've had the Chargers number. I actually like Denver in this one, but I wouldn't bet on it because the Chargers do have the better team. I'm not sure how they're going to respond with kind of being out of the playoffs, and they may be looking at just blowing themselves up. I do think Denver wins this game, but I would not bet on it. Remember, they are a 3-point dog at home. So now this game I do like, though, is the Rams at Arizona. The Rams are a 3-point favorite at Arizona. I really like this game because the Rams are in playoff position. They do have talent. And I think that they're going to match up really well against the Cardinals. This is a must-win for the Rams. Plus, I think their pride's hurting after the big butt whooping they had on Monday. So I think they're going to take it out on the Cardinals. I do like the Rams in 3 points right here. Sunday Night Football is another game I like. New England on the road at Houston. I know they've had some injury issues. I know the kicker, they're scrounging for one. I don't think it matters. New England will cover 3 points here. Monday Night Football, Minnesota at Seattle. Another game I really like. Seattle is a 3-point favorite. They will cover. That's even money right now. So a $100 wager will win you flat 100. Minnesota's 5-0 at home. They're 3-3 on the road. I know Seattle's lost some games at home, but this is a Monday night game and a game they have to win. Minnesota can lose this game, even if Green Bay wins, and I think they do. I could see Minnesota losing, just saying, hey, look, we're going to get a playoff spot and we're going to be okay. So I like Seattle to go ahead and win this one. Just to recap, the 4 games I would recommend putting action on is take Pittsburgh straight up, take the money line. It's plus 115, so a $100 wager will win you plus 115. This is even money, but the Rams is a 3-point favorite at Arizona. It's even money. New England is a 3-point favorite at Houston. That's on Sunday night. And then I also like Seattle, which is also even money as a 3-point home favorite on Monday night. So don't forget, all predictions are free of charge till the end of the year. So just go to, you can email me, askandrewsfootball@yahoo.com. It's free of charge. So if you want action, you want to put some action on some games from now till the rest of the 2019 football season, including playoffs and Super Bowl, hit me up. I will respond to you. Give me 24 hours. So no, you can't shoot me an email Sunday morning and have me get back to you before the early games. Give me 24 hours. I will respond to your email. 100% free of charge. So listen, if you're a subscriber to Andrews Football, you already know you're one of the greatest people on planet Earth. All your wildest dreams are going to come true, but if you're new to my channel and you haven't done it already, there's this button right down here. I blew it up for you. See it, see it, see it. Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. Don't forget, tomorrow's the live stream, 7 p.m. I'll see you tomorrow.